Hello everyone, welcome to the new concept of classes and objects. And in classes and objects we are learning about the next concept, that is we were actually talking about the methods. So the last point about methods is remaining, that is the concept of, it's very much important concept, and that is static methods. So now what are static methods? Well, now up to it, everyone of you have gone through the concept of your normal concrete methods, and we have already gone through the different 4 types of methods in Java, right? So now let us go on with the concept of static methods. Okay, so a static method is basically a method same as that of your concrete normal methods. It is also a part of a class like the normal or the concrete method, but rather than an instance of that class. Every instance of a class has basically access to that method, but static methods have access to class variables that are static variables without using the class's objects. How? We will check out that. Okay, so firstly I will be creating a normal concrete method, say display method I have created, and it will be simply displaying a message. Good morning, fellow. Okay, now this is a normal method, right? And this will be acting as an instance of a class, right? So for accessing that, I have to create the object, which we were doing up to now, right? So I will be writing ob.display. This is the way. But now if I want this method not to use any kind of objects to get access to this method, I will be writing keyword over here, that is the static keyword. So when we are writing the static concept, as we all know that when it comes to the concept of static, it means we are talking about the classes concept, right? We do not need any kind of object, we do not need any single object to access that element or that instance of the class. So now to call this method as well, I don't need any object of this class. I can simply call this method from main method like this, display. That is the name of the method. In a very simple way, I don't need any objects. See, good morning, fellow. So the static methods does not require any objects to get executed. So we can, if the question has been asked, what is the difference between the normal concrete or the instance method and the static methods? So one point I will tell you, instance methods are those methods which require an object of its class to be created before it can be called, right? To invoke that method, we have to create an object of the class, right? And for those instance methods, they are stored in the perm gen space of heap, but the arguments passed to them and their local variables and the value to be returned are allocated in the stack. Please keep that in mind. Apart from that, instance method or the normal methods belong to the object of the class, not to the class. So they can also be called after creating the object of the class, as we always do. Number second point, as I told you, they can be overridden since they are resolving using the dynamic binding at the runtime. Number second point, when it comes to the static methods, these methods are called or can be called without creating any object of the class. They are referenced from the class name. So here also I can also call this method using the name of the class. I do not, even if I don't want to call it directly, I can also use this way. So it can be called using this way as well. Talking about the memory allocation, they are also stored in the permgen space of the heap, as they are also associated with the class in which they reside, not to the object of that class, but their local variables and the past arguments are stored in the stack. Okay, most important point, these methods are associated with the class. They are not associated with any objects, etc. Okay. Number second important point, like your normal methods can get overridden, static methods cannot get overridden. Please make that very clear. Okay. Well, if we don't know the concept, if you haven't understand the concept of overriding and overloading, we will be doing that also in the next video. Thank you very much.